What's up, guys? Eli here, back for another new stuff video. In this one, I have a package that was sent to me by Tony. You might know him from the YouTube channel Life Eternal. Tony's a great guy, and he just kind of randomly sent me some stuff, and yeah, I'm going to show you and talk about it. So let's get going. First off, I moved recently, so you might notice a slightly different background. This might be what I go with from here on. We'll see. I didn't really plan anything here. I just kind of randomly put shit on the wall. But yeah, so as I was kind of unpacking, I'm still unpacking. I will be unpacking probably for the next year because I'm lazy piece of shit. Yeah, I was going through all my stuff and I found some T-shirts that I had made for this channel. I forgot that I had some left. I didn't think I would sell any, to be honest. I really only got them made because I wanted one for myself, and it was just cost effective to make a handful of them. So yeah, I still have some left. If anyone would like one, I'll sell them a little bit cheaper. I don't want to hold on to them forever. I was asking $15 shipped originally. I think if anyone would like one, I have small, medium, and large left, I believe. I will sell them to you for $12 shipped. So if you want one, $12, and that includes shipping. At that point, I'm pretty much breaking even, or I might even be losing. But yeah, I don't need to sit on. I think I still have like 8 or 9 of them left. I don't need to sit on them forever. So yeah, man. I mean, you know, I don't know if you want a shirt with someone else's dog on it, but it's not just any dog. I mean, it's fucking Louie. As you can see, they turned out great, and they were made by Marty Worm, as you might know him, of Vine Maroon Recordings, and his YouTube channel. He's actually a professional screen printer. That's where he makes the majority of his income. So I mean, yeah, exclusively made by Marty Worm, one of a kind. I might do another shirt design in the future, but I won't be redoing this design. I think it's pretty fucking awesome. And once again, thanks to Rick from the Dreadful Minutes for helping me make these, and thanks to Marty, of course. Sorry about that rant. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I just figured, might as well get rid of the leftover shirts. Back to the stuff I got from Tony. We'll start off with some cool stuff that he threw in there, and I'm not going to lie. These stickers right here he could have just sent me these, and I would have been super stoked, because I am a massive Star Wars fan of, the original trilogy. I'm pretty lukewarm on the rest of it, but he sent me these Star Wars stickers that are just way too fucking cool. Some Empire Strikes Back stickers. Tony, where's the Return of the Jedi stickers, man? I feel incomplete now. A Altars of Grief patch. I haven't heard Altars of Grief, so now, of course, I'm going to have to look into them because I have a patch. A Fluids sticker. If you know Fluids, they are like a Mortician-sounding death metal band. They were on Maggot Stomp, I think, and now they're signed to Hell's Headbangers. Yeah, if you like Mortician, and I'm a big Mortician fan, you probably like Fluids, as they're real similar. Sent me a couple of Apotheosis stickers, which are a black metal band that Tony used to play in, and he sent me this really cool Sit and Spin Records sticker. Sit and Spin is a record store out of the Philly area, I think. So Tony doesn't live anywhere near Philadelphia, so he probably got this, I don't know, however else. I've not been to Sit and Spin, but I heard it's a cool record store. But I will say I have ordered from them via their Discogs store, and they got a great selection. Check out Sit and Spin Records. Tons of punk and hardcore 7 inches, but also metal stuff. I remember I ordered like a bunch of black metal stuff from them. Seemed to have a pretty killer selection. So get on to the music now. This first part of the stack is going to be local bands, or like bands local to Tony. He lives in Tony. You live in Illinois, right? God, I always forget. I think he lives somewhere in Illinois, Chicago area, I believe. Now we will start with this. I don't know how to pronounce it because it's just a bunch of letters with X's in between all the letters. Album title: Does Bruno Mars is Gay? This is like some what would you call this? Gore grind, I guess. This weird stuff. It's just one guy from what I can see on online. I don't know what this is, other than is this a joke band? It's got to be a joke. I don't know. It was an interesting listen. I have listened to it. I don't really understand joke bands. I feel like if you're a competent musician, why not just focus your time and effort into like a serious, making some serious music? Uh, I don't really understand what's going on here. It was an entertaining enough listen, but I can't say it's something that I would probably return to. Sorry, Tony. Now, the next three CDs are a band called Traguna. At least that's how I'm going to pronounce it. Traguna are another local band for Tony. In fact, I believe he said I think he plays in this band now. They are like a technical death metal band. He described them as like Gorguts crossed with maybe Dillinger Escape Plan, and that's an apt description. There's not a lot of Dillinger stuff, but there's a little bit of that math rock, here and there. Definitely unique sounding stuff, other than using Gorguts and Dillinger as kind of a reference point. Yet I can't really say they sound, excessively like any other band, really. So they got some originality going on for sure, which is cool to see, especially from some young dudes. We're going to start off with the second album from 2017. They started in 2012, by the way, and they look like they're really young dudes. So they were probably teenagers when they started. So we're going to start with Gratifying Severed Hearts. I thought this was pretty enjoyable. They would obviously progress a little bit as they go on. So here you get to hear them in a little bit more of a primitive state. Second album being the Mark of Sacrifice. This came out in, let's see, look at my notes. Third album from 2018. You can definitely hear a progression from album to album with these guys. Definitely the best cover art on this one. I don't know who did that cover art, but I'll show you again. Obviously, I'm an animal guy. That's pretty fucking cool, right? Tony, who drew this? Or is it digital art? It looks like it's probably hand drawn, and I dig that. And then next we have their fifth release from 2019. This is an EP called Candied Lemons. Don't know what's up with that title or the cover or any of that. I know Tony said for sure I think he plays bass on this EP. So yeah, you can definitely hear yet again, more progression. The vocalist is kind of experimenting with the style. There's some clean vocals here. I can't remember if there was much, if any, on the other releases. So every release they kind of retain their core sound while progressing and sounding different. And my best advice would, I'm in no position to give anyone advice, but I would say to these kids, dude, I mean they're clearly talented individuals. Keep practicing, keep progressing, keep doing what you're doing. You could have a future ahead of you making some more cool music. So, not my cup of tea, not something I would listen to all the time, but I really enjoyed listening to these three, and I'll listen to them again. Maybe a little while. Then I've got another local band, Nagaroth. Um, Whole album titles in German. Song titles are in German. Tony, let me know if I'm wrong. I think he said that this is also a joke band, which, again, I don't get why you would do that. But, that said, this is some pretty decent black metal. This is probably my favorite out of the whole stack of this local stuff. This is just really cool, raw, traditional second wave sounding black metal, which is right up my alley. I think it's just these two dudes. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's good black metal. Not a lot of information I was able to find online, so I'm not sure when they started or if they're still active or when this album came out. But and then we have Apotheosis, formed in 2013. This is the debut EP from 2017. Like I said, Tony played in this band. I don't think he does anymore. He does vocals, bass, and lyrics. And what you have here is black metal with a lot of other influences like death metal, some thrash metal riffing, even some traditional heavy metal elements here and there. So it's definitely not a straightforward black metal band by any means. though I would call it black metal if I were just to pick one genre. But honestly, this is some really good stuff. I mean, good musicianship, good. The songwriting is tight, and for a couple of young dudes, I mean, pretty good band, promising stuff. Definitely check out Apotheosis if you like black metal. All right, moving on to the non-local stuff. We have Thornifier with what's this called? Exacerbated Gnostic Manifestation. Show you that cover art again, because very cool. I'm a big Lovecraft fan, and that's as Lovecraftian looking as it gets, right? This is a death metal band out of Chile, formed in 1998. This is the debut album from 2005. I'd actually been wanting this album for a while. I just never pulled the trigger. I wanted it back when it came out, but I just never got it. So thanks, Tony. You kind of read my mind, I guess. And the reason is, first of all, Chile never disappoints with death metal or black metal for that matter. But this was put out on Ibex Moon Records, which was kind of a short-lived label ran by John McEntee of Incantation. So I'm actually trying to get all the Ibex Moon releases. He didn't. The label didn't last too. I think it only lasted a few years. So I mean, there's not a ton of releases, but there's a good. I think there's probably at least 15 or so. I can't really remember, and I do have a few now. So just for all those reasons I just named, really glad to have it. So yeah, check out Thornifier. I have not heard them yet, but I will be listening soon. Then we have Nostalgia, black metal formed in 2007. You got members from Canada, France, US, Mexico, and Italy. Crazy. This is a 2011 comp with both 2007 demos. So it's put out on a label called Misanthropic Art Productions, a Korean black metal label. And if I were to guess, and I'm sure I'd have the same guess as you, that this would probably be depressive black metal, right? I love depressive black metal. I know it's kind of a dirty word for a lot of people, but I like a lot of that stuff, man. So yeah, I'm stoked to listen to this, called The Early Years, if I didn't say that. And then we have Grom with Cold Old Thorns from 2006. Grom are a Ukrainian black metal band, and this has demos from 2001 through 2003 and a single from 2006. So this came out on blackmetal.com. You might remember blackmetal.com, that label. Pretty prominent in the early mid 2000s. It folded some years back. I can't remember what happened there, but it was a Arizona-based label. I have quite a few of their releases actually. They always did a pretty good job. I mean, they did a really good job on this release. I remember Grom. I think I have heard them at some point. Let me put this down and show you the. It's got a really nice booklet. It even comes with this giant sticker, which is pretty cool. I mean, how many releases come with shit like that? So I think my guess is blackmetal.com. They must have been, really proud to put this one out, because I have a good handful of their releases, and I don't remember anything coming with cool extra stuff like stickers. And yeah, blackmetal.com, RIP. You guys did a pretty good job. Then we've got Blood Ceremony with Living from the Ancients. This is their second album from 2006. Now they are a Canadian band. This came out on Metal Blade Records and Rise Above Records, by the way. So they play like a kind of a retro doom. I think retro doom would probably be the best way to describe it. They were kind of known for having a lot of flute in their music, and I gotta say it really works. It's really reminiscent of bands like Black Widow and even Jethro Tull, and they sound like a combination of like Black Widow and Jethro Tull, which is very much up my alley. I think I like their debut album a little bit more than this, but this is good. This is good stuff. I really like them. Back in those early to mid, I'd say more like the mid 2000s. A lot of bands were coming out with that kind of like retro occult rock sound. It was real popular for a while. I'll be honest, I kind of miss it. Not all those bands were good, but I mean, a lot of them were really, really cool, and they were kind of filling that void because if you try to dig deep, like in this, trying to find stuff like that from the '70s, there really isn't much. Aside from Black Sabbath and, like I said, Black Widow, and then bands like what was that one band with the one that has like the the Black Mass. They would always do like a Black Mass at their show. What were they called? God damn it, I can't remember. But you know, those three bands aside, there really isn't much like that to be found in the '70s. I remember, in the early 2000s when stuff like this was coming out, I dug real deep. I'm like, I got it. I bet there's a bunch of this stuff that that was happening in the '70s. There's probably like this big scene, and there really wasn't. Like I said, a handful of bands playing stuff like that. So. Bands like Blood Ceremony really filled that void, and they're, I think, one of the better. From 1987, we have the seventh album from The Cure, Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me. Oddly enough, Tony, I've actually been meaning to delve into The Cure a little bit more as well. I have one of their albums. I have Faith. I think it's like their second or third album, and I think it's really good. It's funny because I had no interest in The Cure, like as a kid or even in my 20s. God, I think even in my 30s, I had no interest. I just, I would remember like the more poppy singles they had in the '80s, and I hated that shit. I just kind of assumed that that's what The Cure did, and I just hated them. As I'm getting older, I'm checking them out, digging a little deeper, and some of their music is really, really good. I don't know if I'll ever be like a big fan, but I plan on digging deeper. Like I said, I've only heard Faith, and I really like that. So this might not be the album that I should be checking out next, but I'm going to anyways because I have it. I've heard this is more. This is '87, so this is more on the poppier side of things. But I have more of an open mind nowadays, and excited to hear it. And last but not least, sent me a couple of tapes, like yet another band. It's funny, another band I've actually been meaning to dig into more lately, and I know very little about them. But we got Fleetwood Mac with Tango in the Night. This is their 15th album from also 1987. Yeah, really stoked to hear it. I've never heard an entire album of Fleetwood Mac. They're another one of those bands that I just kind of dismissed years back and never really had any interest until recently. The last year or two, I've been kind of, they've been on my radar, as a band that I need to delve into. And then he sent me this tape from Blue Oyster Cult, One Enchanted Evening. This is their live album from 1978. I can't remember if this is their first live album or not, first or second. I have it on vinyl, but as much as I like vinyl, I don't play vinyl a lot, and I do play tapes. I actually probably play tapes more than I play vinyl. So thanks for sending that, man. I've become a big BOC fan over these last 5 years or so. So I'm definitely collecting anything I can get my hands on from them. Anyways, guys, that's it. Once again, thank you, Tony. I'm working on getting a package out to you. It could be a while. It just depends. I know that's not why we do this, but I always make it a point to reciprocate when I get a package from somebody. It is my goal to get something out to them as soon as I can. Sometimes it takes a while. Sometimes it doesn't. Depends on the person. But I will be sending you something, Tony, eventually. So. I appreciate your support. You're one of the dudes that bought one of my shirts. You're one of the first, actually. First, you're either the first or second. So that definitely made me smile. And you're an awesome dude. I'm glad to get to know you a little better. And Tony and I actually we're gonna do a collaboration when I get my shit together. We're going to do a collaboration video, which I think will be really fun. I'm enjoying, doing these collaboration videos I've been doing only just recently and getting to know people a little better. So, anyways, thanks for watching, guys. As always, Louis says hello, lazy bastards over there taking a nap, and we will talk soon. Cheers.